Yo, what it do? It's Tuesday. So you know what it is. Let's recap this joint. Get in here. When you slide in, you know what to do. Go ahead and share this joint. Let's get it popping. The link to join the live is in the comments. I'm literally putting it there now. I want somebody to come in here and talk with me about this thing. We're going to have a great conversation. Again, we're going to recap Friday night. That's not what I want to do. We're going to recap Friday night. We're going to talk. We're going to laugh. But, feel free to jump in here and have some of the general conversation. I don't know. Why I'm laughing. We just join the general conversation. We're going to recap Friday. And then I want to bring up something that's hitting the rounds this week. A young lady. Oh, you know what? I didn't even do that. A young lady. Let's see if I can. There you go. A young lady in school got into it with her teacher this week. So that was real big. Those videos is going crazy on my social media platforms, by the way, on all of them, which is very rare that happens. It doesn't always catch fire on all of the platforms, but for some strange reason it is. So it's your boy DA. This is the recap. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should change that. Let me see. I'm finna change this right here because I'm just telling y'all to share it. So I'm going to name this in the process of what I'm doing. I like that. Add that. There we go. It's the recap. It's Tuesday night. Let's get busy. How y'all feeling? How was the weekend? My weekend was filled with work. Had to work this weekend, but it is what it is. So if you hear, you know what time it is, man. It's the recap. Go ahead, jump in this joint. Start them watch parties. I don't even think they call them watch parties on YouTube anymore. You just on YouTube, Facebook. YouTube and Facebook, what's up? I don't think they call them watch parties anymore. I think you just share it or whatever. I don't know. Start a watch party, share it, tell your mama, text your cousin, girl, this is him. Hey, G, remember I was telling you, dude, that be tweaking on Tuesday nights? He on right now. Make sure you tell him, man. Get it popping. I always do the wrong hand. As you see behind me, if you hear the number grew since Friday, that's a big deal. Act like it. It's a very big deal. Act like it. Friday when we left here, it was at 6 and some change. And now, 6 and some change. It wasn't 6 and some change. It was 7 and some change Friday when we left here. Had a real big reaction that hit the market this weekend. I reacted to the video that we're going to talk about a little bit later. And it's done netted me like 60 new subscribers. Before I jump off into this conversation, let me just start by saying that's 820 people that rock with your boy. That might be light to somebody else, but if you take 820 people and you put them in one room to come and see you talk, and not to say that they're all 820 watching me right now, that's apparent because I don't see that. But that's 820 people who saw the content that I put forth, and they said, hey, I like this. This is kind of cool. I like what this dude is doing. Let me follow him. Let me listen to what he's talking about. So that's a big deal to me, because I put a lot into everything that I do when I come in here. I put a lot into this craft. I put a lot into this passion. I try to give y'all my point of view of a lot of different things. And you might not even always agree, which is cool. That's why I be wanting people to actually come in. So when you're in here, again, oh man, where's my phone? I be wanting to hear what y'all have to say, man, because I'll post things on my page, on my social media platforms, and I actually want you all to disagree. I don't know if I even should be saying that, but I want to see the difference of opinion, because of course I'm not always right. I'd say 97% of the time I am, but that other 3%, I could be off. Or in the famous words of Kanye, I might not be right, or I might not be wrong. I'm just not right now. Yeah, let that sink in. So I might not be right. I might not be wrong. I'm just not right now. Because, hey, I gets busy. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all don't be understanding the level of No, DA, pipe down, man. You tweaking. I'm probably not tweaking. Oh, you know what? It didn't. So I wonder why that didn't populate in the comments. I should have put it in the description. I'll know better next time. How do I? Oh, you know what? I'll just do it right quick. So for this slight break, don't. What did they tell you? Don't judge me, judge my heart, or whatever. You know what the church folks say. I'm gonna put this in here because I want to give the people on Facebook their fair opportunity to slide in here, man, and talk this spit with me. Because after the fact, they'll be like, oh, man, I was watching it on Facebook. I wasn't watching it on YouTube. And then I'll be like, oh, my bad, G. Or my bad, young lady, for whatever you could have offered the live. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to put it up on this platform. And, two, I got to go slide over here and open this door because the temperature just ran up crazy. Or is it just because y'all be making me nervous, man? I'm going to blame y'all. BA4B4. 6181. No, man, y'all, like for real, the temperature in the podcast studio be crazy. And it didn't even. Oh, no, yes, it did. It took. Give me 1 second. So it's on both. All right, my bad. I'm back. So I put the link. The link is on both. So it's on YouTube and it's on Facebook. So if you're trying to come in here and slide and have a nice conversation, I won't say a debate or argument because I can be a little bit argumentative. But that's only because I'm a Taurus. Don't charge my face or whatever. Charge my heart or whatever the church folks say. So, yeah, Friday, we set off in here, man, and we had great discussions. A few topics just off the top of the head that's still queued up. Real women don't ask men for money. Their behavior puts them in a man's budget. This is clean. Oh, man, I got to get it off there because I can't leave it up. So based on the fact that real women don't ask men for money, that their behavior puts them in a man's budget, I can't even remember what the conversation was, to be honest, which way it swayed, if I was on board or against it. So I'll give a new take if I can do that. I agree to an extent. I once saw a quote that says, a woman that asks for nothing gets everything, and a woman that asks for everything gets nothing. I seen a lot of people this week or in the past week or in the comment section, I believe now, they were saying, well, closed mouth don't get fed. That's what I heard. Yeah, no, that's true. 100%. Somebody even said, well, in the Bible, it says, asking you shall receive. Asking you shall receive. That's true as well. So, again, I'm not trying to refute what anybody might be thinking or how they might be experiencing it, but you've come to this current reality where I don't want to just say women, but people in general. My guy Mike said it in a post the other day. They've looked to monetize everything. Money is just like the end all be all of the world. So if you out here and you just seeking a relationship because of what somebody can do for you, then that'll be empty. So I can only relate this to a relationship that real women, and I don't know what makes a real woman or a woman a real woman, what are the qualifications or whatever the case may be, but I am of the mindset that women don't have to ask for money. If she is what that man desires, he will just pay. That's easy. That is easy. That's not even an argument, bro. I don't even, you know what? I don't even think that's debatable. I don't. Because you'll be what the man that you're seeking. Nope. The man who's seeking you. If you are his forte, if you are what he likes, then he gonna pay for it. That's simple. So you don't have to ask for anything. But like my girl Mayette always saying, get out and get your own anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have your own, you don't have to wait for anybody to do anything. And when you have your own, that man that can see that you can take care of yourself, he gonna be like, you know what? She can do it on her own. She don't need me. So this is light for me. I could just slide in and do whatever it is I do. I'm just saying, am I wrong in my thoughts? I was so on point Friday. I'm the truth. Well, yep. I don't know if you were here, Bucko, but I just definitely said I don't even remember what was said. So whatever you said, it wasn't that memorable. I'm just saying, hey, it's my brother DP. I don't want no issues. I don't want no smoke. But that link is there, Bucko. That link is there. You know what I'm saying? And you see, I'm like that for real. 820 subs. So if you think for 1 second that I'm going to star you out on this recap, I do not have to put on for these people. I will scorch your ass tonight on this recap. So if you want the smoke, I'm with that too. But that aside, a real woman, I am of the mindset that a real woman does not have to ask a man for money. Her behavior will, in fact, indeed, put her in a man's budget. So there goes. Case closed. The judge has spoken. DA has said what he said, and that's just what it is. What else did we have on the docket? Oh, no, that ain't the one, because I'm actually going to read that whole thing out because I didn't read it out for y'all. But you know what? Let me take this off of here so I won't do that again. I'm going to take that out. You had famous soccer stars. Man makes like $215,000 a week. Crazy. Out here raping chicks, man, getting over on people, doing whatever it is he wants to do in life. He's a trash fella. You know, he gets with this woman, he marries her, they have some kids, whatever. She finds out that he out here raping motherfuckers. That's not cool. We don't condone that at all, 100%. We are definitely supporters of the Me Too movement. So Me Too, if y'all want to use this platform to spread your word and pay me, I'm with that 100%. But yeah, no, she asked for a divorce and he got ahead of the cart, or he put the cart ahead of the horse. Like, yeah, no, I see where this is going quick. Although she is a Hispanic supermodel, she gonna want some of this $215,000 a week. I'm gonna put it in my mama name. I saw a meme with with Baby and Manny Fresh. What they was talking about on that stutter song, like put everything in my mama name. Hey, it's smart. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but it's smart on his behalf because when it didn't work out, she tried to dig into some of that bread, and he was like, yeah, no, I'm not going. You want some of this money, you got to ask mama for a stipend. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if they signed prenups in their culture, wherever country they're from, I meant to say. So she caught the bad end of the stick. But if she's a supermodel, I can't imagine that she hurting for money, right? So he's wrong for out here, you know what I'm saying, taking coochie from women. That's definitely a wrong. I don't know to say that he's wrong for putting his money in his mom's name. That sounds like he got some black family members. He pushed it in his mama name so they can't come take it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, mama, sign for this for me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna quit this job and move out of state next month. They ain't getting this back. They're going to have to come look for it at your house. He definitely got some black cousins. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that all black people do that, so black people don't fry me for what I just said, man. I love y'all to death. Like in a real way, man. I love y'all. I don't want no issues, zero issues whatsoever. Aside from that, we got Janet. Janet was on the docket last week. Janet waited 5 years and 2 months because that's what her prenuptial agreement stated that she had to do to get out the way of this marriage. And when she walked away with $500 million. Janet is smart. I don't know if I agree with this when it happened, but hey, man, like my girl Mayette said, this is a business. I'm not a businessman. I'm a business man. Janet, you gets the hand claps. not the regular claps, because I don't know if you out here just lap dancing on anybody that come to a concert, but you definitely get a round of applause for this, man, because you duped this man out of a bunch of bread. I'm surprised that you was able to pull it off for 5 years, but you did it. You was Michael Jackson's little sister. Michael Jackson. Oh, man, I was going to make a shameless joke about Michael Jackson, and I took it back. Y'all see how I'm growing up, man? I'm growing up, man. Y'all got to understand, bro, because I love Michael Jackson. That would have been a horrible joke. It would have been a horrible joke because Mike gone, he can't defend himself, and I just would have been wrong for that. You know what? Hold on, man. What Kevin Hart say? Put some fire on these bitches. That's my variation of fire, whatever. I just noticed that it wasn't flashing behind me and it made me feel some type of way. So it is what it is, man. Janet Jackson gets a guy out of $500 million after 5 years and 2 months. Soccer player puts everything in his mama's name, so when he gets a divorce, he has to give her absolutely squat. And last but not least, if the wife wouldn't have been asking, he probably would have just gave her half the money. So women don't have to ask for money. Her behavior will put her in a man's budget. So Friday on the show, man, we had this topic that I actually didn't read through. So I want to read it right now in its entirety. If y'all can just hang on me for about 27 seconds, because I imagine that's how long it's going to take me to read this whole thing. But it is what it is. This young lady got on a social site and she put, "My husband works and I am a stay-at-home mom. He is an unselfish person. I handle all of the finances. He has never acted as if it was just his money. It has always been our money. He is upset with me, though, because he found out that I have a bank account that he knew nothing about. I've been making money online and keeping it from him. His issue is not that I've been making the money, but that I had it and I kept it from him in the event of a divorce someday, or at least that's what he thinks. He said that women keeping hidden money in case the marriage fails is like a man keeping a side chick in case the marriage fails. And we both need to be all in or nothing. My mother raised me to have a secret account. So am I wrong, or is my husband wrong for being upset with me?" This is a lot to unpack, man. I was so glad that we had two women in the building. Mayette was here, and then we had Tiffany Williams, Miss Med Schools, on our way to becoming a doctor. We had her on remotely because this is a conversation that often you would love to hear from a woman's point of view, because naturally every man is, well, so I thought. My brother Mike was here too. You know, this is naturally one of those conversations where you'll look at it and be like, man, you know, oh no, every man should be up in arms about that, man. He should be upset, man. You know, he should be pissed off about that. But my brother said, hey, shit, if that's what she want to do, let her do it, because it's my job to care for her and take care of her. So, you know what I'm saying? If that's what she want to do, it is what it is. I didn't agree with Mike on the show because I don't be wanting y'all to know that we disagree like that all the time. I actually like him. DP is the one that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? But it's hidden money, man. I don't know that. I don't know that it would bother me, to be honest. And I don't know that I would be bothered by it because I've never been in the situation. But her husband, this is what's important. Her husband felt some type of way because he looked at it as if you putting this money to the side just in case we don't work out, which I can only defend his feelings because this is just clearly stating how he feels. You know, you can't refute how anybody feels, especially when they're letting it be known. He like, man, you keeping this money just in case our marriage don't work out, then you looking at this like, shit, it's not going to work. And if you're considering it not working, then that don't sit right with me. And you got to honor that, man. If that's how that man is feeling, you know what I'm saying? You can't take that from him. And so I'm with that. If that's how that man feels, any other man, you know, his decision is his decision. We can't take that from him. So, you know, for us to get in and be like, oh, he was wrong, whatever. You know, he's only wrong from our point of view. But his point of view is, well, shit, if that's the case, then shit, we might not work out. Let me keep a bitch on the side. Excuse my language. I didn't have to say that, I don't think. Let me keep a side chick. Because, hey, we might not work out. So if I stash her away and you don't know about her, then we should be good, right? That was his logic. I don't think that's why she was doing it. In a sense, in how she explained it, that was just the way she was raised. You can't knock someone for feeling how they feel because of the way they were raised. I think that is the norm nowadays, man. You know, people are raised in different situations. Everybody's parents endure different things. They go through different things. They experience different things. So maybe off the experience of her mother was like, well, baby, if you grow up and you have this type of man, you have that type of man, go ahead and put you some money up. Put you some money up, because you never know. These men can feel one way today, and tomorrow they'll leave your ass in the dust. Or, in the words of Nia Long and Tracy Ross, when he get on, like Kanye said, he gonna leave your ass for a white girl. I don't know. So she putting the money up. Her husband don't like it, cause an issue. Who's at fault here? Hell if I know. I hope they still rocking strong and long, and if they not, hey, that's on them. I'm not in their household. You know what I'm saying? Let them do what they do with their time. So for the most part, that's the recap. That's the recap from Friday. If you missed it, it sucks to be you. Or not really. Maybe you just didn't want to see it. But I just recapped it for you. And I'm going to take the win for Friday, because who's going to be here to argue that I didn't win? Nobody. So I won all of the arguments, man. Dennis was wrong. Sir Mike was right. So technically that's a win for me, because my brother was right, so I was right. Dennis was wrong. Tiffany Williams was wrong. Of course, Mayette is always wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, hey, man, it's wins all the way around the board for your boy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to do the hand clap because, that's a little bit vain. I'm going to just say I'm doing the hand clap. But that aside, I have a Tuesday night treat for y'all. I think I was going to save this for Friday. You know what I'm saying? Because Friday going to be crazy. Wait a minute. Oh, shit. DP, we got to talk, bro. Yeah, no, we got to talk Friday. We might have to shoot Thursday. Here, let me upload this. I want y'all to check this out. I'm actually going to let y'all see the reaction. I'll let y'all see the reaction, and then I'll speak to the reaction. Hopefully it don't come across too loud. Put this on the MacBook. Hold on. I'm sending it to the MacBook right now. This was like big for me this week. That's how I got to that number. You know what? I don't know if I want to show that. Let me show this one. I'll show the video. That's what I'll do. I'll show the video. I won't show y'all what I did, because I be showing people what I did, man, and they just take what I do and copycat it. I ain't even going to hold y'all, bro. And I'm going to just hold that, too, because I ain't going to get messy. But I be showing people what I be doing, and they take – and listen, I don't own nothing. Anything I come up with, if I don't patent it, if I don't copyright it, then it don't belong to me. But, like, dang, man, if you going to take what your boy do, man, at least give your boy credit. Nothing that I say is fact. Everybody is entitled to an opinion, so here's mine. If you haven't seen this video, get over to my YouTube channel. The link will either be in the descriptions or the comments, wherever you choose to find it. So here you have a classroom setting. This is a teacher and this is a student. The student is obviously cocking back, getting ready to bust the teacher in her shit. Yeah, no. That wasn't the one. I want you to see the video. Let me see, is this it? Nothing that I say is fact. Everybody is entitled to an opinion, so here's mine. Come on, DA. Get your shit together. Did I delete it? Oh, damn. Hold on. That ain't the one. Go to the albums. Because this little girl got bucked. And I guess I could show it here because technically this is in a video within the video. So they won't take it down or they won't delete it. Is this it? Nope. Is this it? Nope. This is it. Okay. This is the one that I meant to send. Recover that. All right, yeah, this is the one I want y'all to see, because this is like the live action, the whole what happened. And I feel like it's important for you to see it, because if you don't see it, then you might miss what actually happened. So that's it, yeah. All right, send that over, DA. All right, here it comes. Send that over to the MacBook. That is the noise of the export.
And you finna give me my shit. Don't touch me. That's on my mom. Don't touch me. Girl, don't touch me. Girl, don't touch me, girl.
Everybody's entitled to an opinion. Here's mine. Y'all might not like it. So obviously, this little girl was popping off in class before she got her phone took. How do you know that, DA? Because she clearly says it. Nobody else got their phone took, but you took mine. Well, you got a little smart mouth, chick, so your phone getting took. Does that make what she did right by swinging on the teacher? No. But the teacher didn't have no right, bro. You can tell by the way she's forcefully pushing this little girl back that she already had it in her mind made up. If this little bitch swing on me, I'm going to beat her ass. She outweighs this little girl 2-1, so she obviously could have just forced her to the ground and held her down until somebody else came, and then the children would have vouched for what happened. But this little bitch got a smart mouth, and she been pissing this teacher off the whole day. I don't hear a lot of voices in the background, so that tells me this is some type of detention or ISS-style classroom. But look how young the substitute is, the teacher. She's got red braids in her hair. So she's tired of these little kids in this class doing whatever they doing, mouthing off. But these little kids are bad in this world. We can sit behind our phones and say that this little girl deserved to get her ass whooped, which she probably rightly did. But at the same time, it didn't have to come at the hands of a grown woman. Am I saying that the woman was wrong? No, she defended herself, but she did a little too much for me. That little girl mama probably gonna beat her ass. Y'all let me know what y'all. I'm super candid in these things, man. I find that I'm gifted when it comes to this. If I could steal from my guy, Rob Baker. Rob Baker. I just tweet. If I could just steal from my guy Rodney Baker, I was just talking to Rob Nick on the phone, so that's why I said Rob Baker. But I'm gifted when it comes to this, man. So I'm very candid in these things. So you know, by all intended purposes, please, don't judge me, judge my heart, or whatever the fuck people say. So I posted this online this week on my Facebook page, and I posted it. I went about posting a different view of it on TikTok and YouTube and all of that, and everybody is standing behind their phone saying that this little girl deserved what she got. And I mean, again, I'm froze. I don't know why. Am I still froze, Smoke? I don't know what's going on. Hold on. I don't know, man. Hold on, let me see. Hopefully it just did it. Oh, there it go. It just popped back on. All right. One of those small technical difficulties. Please forgive me. So yeah, no. We sitting behind our phones as adults. Yeah, no. I'm with you, Leslie. But you got to understand that this is the way of the world that we live in, right? Like every time anything happens, it just becomes something to be seen. If that makes sense. It don't matter. It just don't matter, man. Like that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just what happens. Like this is the world that we live in now. Like everything is shareable information. And I'm not saying just because it is shareable information that it should be shared, but everything that's going to get clicks, clickbaits, conversation started, people, and I mean, we do it too. We guilty. So I mean, I don't want to make it seem like we removed from it, but we'll sit behind our phones as adults and say this little girl deserved to get her ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like we're saying this as grown-ups. And while to some degree it may be true. It may be true. Like, let's break the video down. So you have this little girl mouthing off. So she probably, you know what I'm saying, gets it popping at home. Probably not in the way that she was doing with the teacher, but she's defiant to some degree. And so she all in the teacher face. Man, give me my shit. First of all, like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You upset, but the world we live in, bro, when we was little kids, you didn't pull that with no teachers. There was a level of respect there. So on the regard of, man, this little girl needs to get her ass whooped, I understand where y'all coming from. But then now let's look at the teacher. So, they start to share her information. But before they even do that, the red braids in her hair tells me that she's like in her mid-30s, early 40s. And if you're in your mid-30s and early 40s, we in that generation where fuck them kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at that age that, like, when I see children, my kids' ages, high school kids, I be like, man, these kids don't know no better. These little motherfuckers got smart mouths. And that's what this appears to be. This appears to be some type of high school setting. So while she was driving to work that day, she wasn't thinking, I'm going to fuck somebody up today. Considering how everything unfolded, you would almost have to imagine she been in conversations with her friend, like, yeah, man, I work at that school. Them kids bad as hell. Them bitches be talking crazy. I can't wait till one of them little hoes try me one day, because I'm going to show them that I ain't the one. That's just the world we live in, bro. And if y'all want to argue that, please, I posted for Facebook and YouTube. The link is in the comments all the way at the above, at the beginning. So scroll, man, jump in here if you want to. But this teacher has told her friends, like, if one of these kids try me, I'm going to fuck them up. And you see it. So where I say this teacher went wrong, right, for me, you take this phone from this little girl, and this little girl acting like she about that energy. All you got to do is give her that phone, get on that classroom phone, call down to the office, hey, get security down here. I want this child removed from my class. That's simple. That's simple. Excuse me. That was very rude. But she didn't do that. She took the low road. So as the little girl trying to snatch the phone, the teacher is like forcefully like moving her arm. I'm going to move this arm. She forcefully moving her arm like, bitch, go on. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. What the fuck? Again, no child should be bucking with no teacher getting on that level. But this little girl she wanted that smoke. Or at least so she thought she did. So then when she jumped fly with the teacher, she like, man, I'm finna get this one off. But her swing was real slow compared to the teacher's reaction time. If this was an older teacher in her 40s, she's not expecting this. She's not, so that teacher gonna get fired on. That's what she thinking. She ain't expecting I'm finna get this first blow off and it's gonna catch her off guard and I'm gonna whoop her ass. No, this young teacher got friends. She go on girls trips. Hey, she still twerks in the club. She with it. The red braids told everything. And the fact that, like my brother Mike said, she didn't have no panties on, she was ready for all the smoke. Shout out to whatever dude them name is, Captain Jack and them with all the smoke. Man, hey, come sponsor me, goddamn it, give me some money. You know what I'm saying? She was waiting on it. On that second push, when that little girl went to swing, bro, she blocked that mug. She did that. Ryan got. She blocked that mug, wrapped Shorty up, and got the whooping her. Bink, 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 bink. Now listen. Those first few joints, get up off me right now. For me, that's cool. You defending yourself. But you outweigh this little girl. You probably like 180. This little girl, I'm going to give her 190. This little girl probably like 110 pounds. Once you get her on the ground and you get the pounding on her, you're no longer a teacher. You in the fight for your life. You in the streets. But that's where, as an adult, that has to click in. Somebody actually jumped on one of my social media platforms and was like, well, let that have been your wife. Not even knowing that I was married or whatever. Let that have been your wife. You would have defended her. No, man. Not really. Because you go through de-escalation training when you go to school to be a teacher. They teach you how to separate yourself from these situations. They teach you how to de-escalate this situation so that you don't get to this level of where it got to. But she didn't do that, bro. She stood her ground, so to speak. What was the one cat in Florida with my young homie with the Skittles? I swear my brain power is supposed to be heightened right now, but she stood her ground because she was prepared for what was coming. She knew, I'm going to whoop this little bitch ass if she get out her body. So that's where I take issue with the teacher. Of course, the little girl is wrong for invading her space, coming on the other side. Oh, you going to give me my shit? That's on my mama. You going to give me, you know what I'm saying? She doing, bro, we know how these kids is, and I'm not disregarding the behavior of these children. But once you see that this is going away, and you know you finna dog walk this little girl, you look like you was old enough to put Vaseline on back in the early 90s when you went to go fight. Like, that's just how you look. I'm going to be honest. You was ready for what this little girl was coming with, and you knew you was going to walk her. So then after you dog her through the classroom, then you stand on her head with your two hands and the pressure of your weight. And you holding this little girl down. Come on, man. Y'all know that don't fly, man. We just saw the whole situation in Minnesota with George Floyd, man. I think that was Minnesota, Milwaukee, whatever it was. No, I think Philandro Castle was Milwaukee. But we saw that whole situation. I don't want nobody kneeling on her neck, but it's reminiscent of that. Reminiscent. Somebody get this guy one. It's reminiscent of somebody having their head held down to the ground, so we know what this looked like. You too big to be on her like that. So this is why I'm saying the teacher was wrong. The little baby was wrong, of course. You know what? Let me stop. Let me uncriminalize this. She wasn't a little baby. This little bitch was wrong because she ran up in this teacher's face like she was grown. Your mama always told us growing up, you big enough to hit somebody, be prepared to get hit back. If you want to act like you about that, be ready for what comes with it. But at the same time, like, man, you a grown adult woman. You knew what was happening. And the only reason why I can say what I'm saying, because I actually have another video of what this should have looked like. Nope, that's the wrong one. Send it there. I have another video of what this should look like. And that's the difference in this story. Because you have an older woman who had the same thing happen to her with a student, and this was the outcome. Oh, nope. Can't play.
Hey, bitch, you're not gonna talk to me like that. You're not gonna talk to me like that. You dead playing in my face right now. You need to get her a punch.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Don't put your hands on me. Yeah, I swear to God, if you don't get your hands, put your hands on me. Give me your hands. Don't get so sweet.
Oh God damn. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Now, obviously, you can't put an age limit on teaching. But when I was growing up, that's what teachers looked like. They were in their mid to late 40s, early 50s, and they were trying to educate. And you see what happened with this older lady. She's saying, don't put your hands on me, but she's walking away. She went to go and get another teacher, like, you need to come and get her. The teacher in the first video, the younger woman, she wasn't with all that. No, I ain't going to go get nobody. I'm going to whoop this little bitch ass if she put her hands on me. So that's the difference. And again, like I said, you can't put an age limit on teaching. This is something that I know. Obviously, you know that teachers are going to get younger. More women per capita are being educated in the way of life and living and being successful in their career. So I understand it 100%. Let me read Antoine, because I knew he was coming. You don't wear thongs if you think you about to fight. Of course, like I said, Antoine, she didn't go to school with the mindset like I'm going to fuck one of these kids up. But she knew in her mind, if one of these kids try me, man, fuck them kids. I'm with all of that. But as you see in the secondary video, the older lady was actually trying to de-escalate. She left the little girl space to put space between them so that she can go and get some help. Because that's what you do in these situations, man. That's what you do in these situations. You're not looking to fight these children. Because what then happens is you red bar yourself from the Teachers Association in any state. No one's going to hire you with this on your background. So now your degree is voided, especially if teaching is your passion. What are you going to do now? Who are you going to teach? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You lose that. I guarantee you, even though I think somebody dropped a link and said that they were charging the little girl in the first video. I'd wait this one out. Because once it gets to the board are going to see this in a different way. You know, the state can charge however they want to charge. That's fine. You can bring charges up on whoever. The state does what they do. But I guarantee you the school board will look at this differently. And they'll say, well, you never attempted to de-escalate the situation. And that's what we have to look at here. The difference in the younger lady teacher and the older lady teacher is this. I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and it was like, man, why is it that older black women don't pour into younger black women like older black men do younger? And a lot of times in these situations, you'll see or hear, it's like, man, if I had a big homie like my big homies, you know what I'm saying, that I would have done better. But I got some little homies that I rock with now. Shout out to George Quavo. Shout out to that boy Tory. You know what I'm saying? And any of my other little homies that came up underneath me, man, I pour into these cats all the time because they're in their early 20s, just off the porch, 21, 22. They might say they with it. I've been doing this, and they fresh off the porch in life. I pour into them, bro, because had I listened to my father, had I looked at the demonstration that my older brother Antonio set, then I wouldn't be behind the bar as far as I was trying to get to where I'm trying to get to. I would already be set in life. So I try to get to them earlier. By the time I really started listening, you know, I was already in the streets already. I was of the world. So, you know what I'm saying? It really wasn't no helping me. But black men try to pour into their little homies when they can because they see what they used to be and what they don't want these kids to be. Whereas in the case of women, older women still see themselves as these young women. Yeah. They don't see what they used to be. They still see themselves as I ain't 35, I ain't 40, I'm still with it. No, sis, you ain't. You might be in your mind, but you not. These is kids. So you have to look out for this young woman and pull her to the side like, okay, look, I took your phone, little baby, but this ain't how you need to be acting. You a woman. You got to show that you can't be showing these boys that you like that for real, because that's all you doing. You'll be a story that's talked about. And then when you're not popular no more, now you suspended, you go to alternate school, and you looked at as one of these bitches that's just on that. She a get on that. Yeah, no, bro. And that's what we have in this society. We have a lot of these women that's growing up and they own that. And that's not a good look. You know, we want the femininity. We want the class. We want the grace. That's what we really want. That's a whole nother conversation. But let that one sit on y'all. Let that one sit on y'all because that's real. She should have pulled her to the side and taught her better. No, she thought to teach her a lesson, and that's not cool. We can't be doing that out here. Let me jump in these comments. Would it be different if it was a grown man and a high school boy? I don't think a grown man would have put himself in that situation. If it was a senior, I could see a 30-year-old teacher, 35-year-old teacher. I can see that. Because, you know, that senior, you know what I mean? But, I mean, if he outweighed him, I can see him hold him down, too. That's interesting, Twan. I like what you did right there, bro. You invoked thought. I don't know, man. That, you know, that's one of them. Because, you know what? I think it would be different, Twan, because of this. You know how it is, man. Bravado. You know what I'm saying? You 16, 17, you think you can whoop the world. You think you can whoop the world. Hey, man, what do I do? But he ain't going to jump in his face like that either, because if that teacher outweigh him, he going to think about it. He might think about it. So, you know what, Twan? That's one to sit with. Cedar said that's why male teachers will be more beneficial as they get older. They need that structure. I agree. We talked about that on the show. I think that was you, Cedar. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that was you, and we had that discussion like last week, the week before, and you were talking about we needed more male teachers as the kids got older because they're a voice in the classroom. You know what I'm saying? Whereas female teachers, they think, oh, I can just walk over them. But this little girl got her issue on this day in the classroom. You ran up on Shorty and you ain't think she was one of them, and she showed you she was. But we have to like rear these children up, man, to understand that that's not what you want to be doing. These 35-year-old teachers will whoop your ass. They will. They will. But I mean, that's not to say who's right and who's wrong. I'll just look to balance this thing out from both perspectives. And I just think that the younger teacher could have handled it different. Just like the 45, 50-year-old teacher did. I'm going to create some space between us because I don't want you to get froggy and punch on me. But I can't just abandon my classroom and let you stay in there. You know, I have to teach. So when she came back in, the young lady got all in her face and, you know, she swing on me then. And the teacher like, I'm not going to hit you, but like, just calm down. And when she couldn't no longer hold the little girl, then that's when the little girl got to swinging going wild. And she just grabbed onto something, and they both went down. But then, you know, the little girl got a little spring in her step. She got the best of that teacher on that ground. I'll tell you this, and I'm not condoning violence because going back, that was real clean. And I don't know if it took, you know what I'm saying, a few of y'all to, oh, damn, I didn't even see my brother was in here. Wow. Yeah, no, she definitely got down on her. Like Leslie said, man, where is it at? Damn, did Leslie? Oh, Leslie was like, I don't get why the Manosphere is sharing this video. I don't know if y'all had to Google that one, but the Manosphere is just like a bunch of websites. You know what I'm saying? The Say Cheeses, the Vlad TVs, the Shade Rooms, because they're how we get this information, right? Somebody will post it on a page, or somebody else will see it on somebody else's page, and then they'll send it, and they'll be like, oh, this one, throw this up, this news for the day. And so that's how we're seeing this stuff. Because, you know, we live in a time, unless it gets shared over 20, 30,000 times, it's probably not going to come across our feeds. But, I mean, we all in tune with the Shade Room on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? So we see their stuff. Or, you know, some celebrity might post it. If a celebrity posted it, then you'll see it. But more than likely, celebrities don't post that type of stuff. But we see it, so it, you know, it comes across us. It comes across our desk. So, you know what I'm saying? Just to Leslie's point, you know what I'm saying? This stuff gets shared because it's talking age. You know what I'm saying? Or it's we're in a talking age. We're in a media age where everybody wants to talk about it. That 45-year-old got her top beat. I ain't going. Hey, what folks say on the thing says, watch out, I got him, G. Make it. Yeah, no, that older lady, she wasn't with that at all. But that was only because Taisha, she was trying to de-escalate the situation, and then she's too old for that. But this younger lady, she didn't try to de-escalate it at all. She just was like, shorty get the popping off, I already know what I'm going to do. I got her, G. I got Megan. She got the busting shorty. And that's the issue that I take with it. Listen, this young lady get buck with you. She get to swinging, wrap her up, bust her, take her down, sit on her. Go get another teacher. You bigger than her. Once you get her on the ground, bro, you not in the street, bro. This is a child. This is a child, and that's what we miss. Like I said, a lot of us sitting at home, yeah, that little bitch got what she deserved. Let that have been your kid. I guarantee you would have saw it differently. And then it didn't even get to the end of the video. Like I said, man, at the end, because I cut it short for the purposes of shooting a reaction, she put both of her hands in the pressure on the little girl's head and was holding her down on the concrete floor. Shit. And one video, if that's my child, hey, wife, you better go up there and beat her ass. Well, we gonna find out where she at. You beat her ass, we'll deal with this kid when she get home. That's my child. You're not doing that to her. And then on the other end of the spectrum, if that's my wife or my mother, I'm telling my daughter, hey, go up there and beat that little girl ass. Don't worry about it. If you go to jail, daddy gonna handle all of that. Her check with it. Taisha, I'm not gonna play with you, G. Not today, G. We try to be serious, man, because I had some jokes. And I'm like, DA, they not gonna go over well, DA. So hold them jokes, DA. You know what I'm saying? Hold the jokes, G. They not gonna go over well. But you know what I'm saying? If that's my grandmother, I'm sending my daughter to go tap some ass. Period. And if that's my child, I'm sending my wife to go tap some ass. Because again, My daughter is out of pocket. I agree 100%. But you're not her mother. I know I talk a lot about it takes a village, but that village is after that young lady get the popping off cussing. Okay, come on, let's come outside and talk to me. Here, I'm bringing your phone outside, and then you bring her out in the hallway and you say, check this out. What's up? Why are we going through this? But I mean, again, this situation, I think I was having this conversation with bro earlier. This situation was brewing. That little girl was mouthing off all day, and finally she like, I'm taking this little bitch phone, and I dare her. I'm assuming that this is what happens. But the little girl says it in the very front part of the video. She like, you ain't take nobody else's phone, but you took mine. No, you gonna give me my shit back. That's on my mama. Oh, your mama, you got that ass. It's on your mama to do something about that ass whooping you just got. That's the only thing that's on your mama. Cedar says sometimes they push certain things, usually negative, through the algorithm way more than they would something. Oh, no, that's 100% everything. How do you know that, DA? Because that's just the way of the world, man. They don't want us to be positive in our community. You know what positivity gets us in our community? Shot. Simple. You ostracize Marcus Garvey. You told everybody who was following him that he was a womanizer. He beat his wife. You know what I'm saying? That he was in financial troubles. You kill King. You kill Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? And you smear their names after their death, so you know they can't defend themselves. You know, any recordings, all of the recordings that's getting ready to come out. This is what y'all be forgetting, man. And I don't want to get off subject too far, but all of the recordings is getting ready to come out about Martin Luther King on the phone and all that. Remember this AI shit. Just don't forget that. Because we ain't heard one recording where he was cheating on. We've just heard speculations. Remember, the FBI got all of this evidence he was cheating on his wife. Yeah, no, when you hear these phone calls, just remember we got a lot of AI and we can make it sound like anybody. So just keep that in mind. One. But you know, they'll discredit all of the black leaders. Hell, half of y'all probably don't even know that John F. Kennedy had black blood in him. I just pulled that out the corner of my mind. It sits. Him and Lincoln were actually a particular race of people. They were like mudbloods. I think the not the technical term, but the worldly term of it is mudbloods, where they mix with a bunch of different. Go look at some of them pictures of John F. Kennedy and look at that hair real close up. It was kinked up. That's why he was for black people as much as he was. And when the government found out about that, now we gotta get him out the way. We can't have him saving black people because they don't want positivity in our neighborhoods. Now, this can go left, and I can jump on this soapbox, man, and get real conscious. But that's what they do, man. They push negativity. That's why the owner of TikTok is actually pushing to have it banned in America, because they push only the negative content, all of the whatever the latest trends, the dances is, and all of the challenges. They don't push the stuff that they actually looking at in China. Like in China, children can't look at anything, no type of fights. Children don't look at anything but educational content. I'm 100%. If you don't believe me, Google it. And they control the algorithm. But once it hits American soil, Americans then, you know what I'm saying, they'll push the stuff to the phones of the people that they need to. And if y'all don't believe me, bro, this is a way bigger machine than y'all might believe. But this is why I try to tell everybody who watches me, get behind me, support me. That's how I got to that 820 right there. Support me, because then I'll be able to push, you know, my own agenda, and then I'll have a name so big that you can't quiet me. But that's a whole nother story. Listen, they only want us to see the stupid stuff. That's why, you know, I have Sarah Bartman, who was put in museums, and her story was put in a museum later, but she was paraded around like as a zoo animal because she had full hips, full lips, thick thighs, big breasts. You know what I'm saying? But what they don't tell you is every man that attended these attractions wanted to lay down with her, and that's how a lot of disease spread in the early 1930s, 1940s, because they were all, you know, whoever, you know, they carried them diseases. I'm not on that, but them YT people, they carried them. I love y'all YT people. Don't get me banned. But they all wanted her. And then you fast forward to today's day and age. What are they all doing? Going to go get full lips, wide hips, fat booties and big breasts, flat stomachs. Again, they'll push the negative narrative, but they don't want the positive to come out. Black is beautiful, Sita. Black is beautiful, man. Don't get me to loving on these folks. Look at me. I'm already grabbing my church towel, ready to preach to y'all about how beautiful black is. But 100% they will push the negative bull crap through the algorithm because, you know what I'm saying? You see what they did to Umar. I mean, I think Umar played a little bit in his own demise. I forgot what their Pan-Africanism. It was like a situation like 5 years ago. He got into it with another Pan-Africanism leader, and he was in a hotel room. He just went on folk. You bitch ass nigga. Killed himself. But they'll push that to our phones. But when he was trying to buy that school, they don't want you to see that because he was trying to educate our children in the way of who they are. Yeah. And so, we fast forward past all of the BS. I mean, you can make anybody disappear. I mean, you've seen all of the cats who, developed the technology to drive a car on water, to run a car on water. They'll just die. But I mean, if Umar Johnson is pushing this information and you kill him, this ain't 1965. It's not 1968. Can't just have somebody, get your hands out my pockets. and just shoot him. Can't do that, man, because he's pushing the narrative. And you know what I'm saying? That might just be the straw to break the camel's back. So it could wake up a community. So they don't do that. So what do? They discredit him. You know what I'm saying? He gets on these social platforms and, the people who run the platform say, ask this question. He was on the Breakfast Club. Go ahead, look it up. I don't know exactly what episode it was. But one of the first interviews that he did on the Breakfast Club, they was bringing up about him dealing with different women. And he was like, well, what's wrong with me dealing with different women? I'm not married. I'm not in a relationship. I can be whoever I want to be with. Like, what is it a problem? And Envy and Charlamagne and I was like, oh, shit, I didn't expect them to answer like that. But they'll try to discredit the black leaders. Yeah, that's what they do, man. That's what they do. So it is what it is, man. We're going to climb down off that one. We're going to definitely climb down off that one. But, yeah, no, man, for the most part, this situation, man, with this teacher and this student, man, it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate because, like Cedar said, they push this type of stuff in the algorithm, and this is how we're judged. We're judged by moments. We're not judged by the collective things that we do well in the community or in society. They'll take these things and say, see, this is why we need to this. See, this is why we need to that. And won't look at the adverse to it. You know what I'm saying? What can we do to be proactive instead of retroactive? You know what I'm saying? Because after something happens, then, you'll develop every idea that you can come up with to rectify the situation. Somebody get this guy one. You'll try to come up with everything, but beforehand, like what's the buffer? I mean, you obviously can't cage a teacher in. You know what I'm saying? That's dumb. So, like, what is to be done in these situations, man, where these children are unruly? And you have teachers who don't necessarily even think about protecting themselves. Hey, I'm going here to teach. This ain't high school high with, the gangbangers and all that. High school high, shameless plug. I'm old, whatever. You know what I'm saying? What was the other one? With the gangs in the class. I don't know. I won't think of it. It won't come to me. But, yeah, no, they're not going to school. They're going to school to teach. You know what I mean? These are educators. They're not saying, oh, I need to learn how to be MMA, do MMA. So, if one of these kids get it popping with me, I can do it. They're not thinking that, bro. And it's unfair for them to have to think that way. So, essentially, we have to come up with something, again, after something like this happens, or it's happening regularly, we have to come up with something, man. And we can't just keep putting these kids in alternate school. I mean, again, they have to learn, but, I mean, what are they learning in a school full of themselves? And I don't mean, but if it's a school full, how are the teachers going to teach anything? How is the education going to be received if everybody in the classroom just wants to be the next talked about situation, the next moment of virility? It's crazy, man. But what are we going to do, man? We got to figure this thing out. Either way, damn, it's been an hour. I got to call my kids. Hey, man, I love y'all to death, man. It's DA. This was the recap. I be wanting y'all to come in and chill with me, man. I appreciate everybody for coming. I'm 820 strong. Hey, I didn't do any shameless plugs, but if you are watching this and you are not subscribed, get over to YouTube, man. It's the I Just Want to Talk podcast, man. We taking this thing to a whole nother level. We're not playing. This is very real. I'm not going anywhere. At least until I can't pay my studio rent. Whatever. Either way, man, it was the recap, man. Get over to YouTube, man. Follow that joint, man. We doing big things. This thing is growing at an exponential rate. God dang, another one, DA. It's growing at a crazy rate. And we want to blow this thing through the atmosphere, man, so we can put the town on. Not on the map, because it's literally already there. But I'm putting the town on when I get there. Bro, blow my platform up. Blow my platform up to where every video that I post gets 20, 30,000 views. And then this is what happens. When talent comes, I can put them on the couch and say, hey, world, look, this is Joliet. I'm doing it for y'all, man. This is the recap. It's DA. I'm gone.